that got hit, and nobody was hurt. So again, if you know anything, call GRPD. The last 24 hours have been busy for firefighters in Comstock Township.
Yeah, 2 fires in less than a day. Thankfully, though, no one was hurt between either one of them. That first fire broke out around 9 o'clock last night at this home off of Level Street, just south of East Michigan Avenue. We're told a neighbor called dispatch about that fire and also told them that someone was trapped in the basement. The fire chief says a Good Samaritan helped them get out safely, and that fire was under control in about 15 minutes. The other one, meantime, happened around 3 a.m. at an apartment off of North 30th Street. We're told multiple departments were called in to help. Some even brought water tankers because there were no fire hydrants in the area, and obviously our video is frozen there. The fire was knocked down about an hour later. It took crews more than 5 hours, though, to finally clear that scene. And you've probably noticed some higher prices at the gas pump recently. And while they are higher than anything we've seen since the start of the pandemic, experts say it's actually a sign of an economic recovery.
Yeah, our Michael Martin joins us live after hearing from them about that. Michael.
Hey guys, yeah, the prices here in the Grand Rapids area and in the Kalamazoo area sitting right about $2.75, which is about 40 cents more than where they were at a year ago. But keep in mind the pandemic. They're comparable to prices in 2018 and 2019, and experts told me today that this is all a sign that our economy is recovering.
Just to put this all into context, this is recovery-based. Supply has not risen according to demand.
You'll be paying a bit more at the pump right now around the Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo areas, about $2.75.
So we're at an intersection here. Demand is going up. Supply is still cut back in light of what happened last year.
They are the highest prices we've seen since the start of the pandemic.
What's at play here? Improvements in the COVID pandemic are meaning that Americans are filling their tanks up more often. Fewer state restrictions on where they can go, and restaurants are meaning Americans are getting out more often.
First of all, there are just more of us filling up, going back to work, finally taking that road trip. The problem there, production in the United States can't keep up with this increased demand.
U.S. production has weakened a bit as fracking has become more problematic, either regulatory-wise or because some of the firms have gone out of business because of the recession. It's increased the power of OPEC a little bit.
OPEC, an organization made up of 13 mostly Middle Eastern oil-producing countries, is picking up on some of that added demand.
So OPEC can really put some volatility in this for us, and probably will result in them trying to drive up the price of oil a little bit more.
OPEC is scheduled to meet at the beginning of March.
Hopefully, when OPEC meets next week, it will raise production. That may ease the pressure on the price of oil and could mean that we potentially could avoid hitting $3 a gallon.
If they don't increase their production, we very well could hit that $3 mark soon. In terms of the next few years, we could see additional price spikes if U.S. production becomes further regulated.
The new administration is looking to put a lot more regulations on fracking, and likely will make it more difficult and more expensive to frack. And so that's going to increase some of the costs.
They're not affecting us today, but if demand does eventually return to normal, the administration's policy shifts on the Keystone Pipeline and drilling could affect us in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and Gas Buddy, they always have the most up-to-date prices for counties throughout Michigan and throughout the United States. We'll have a link to their site on our web article at fox17online.com. For now, though, live in Grand Rapids, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.